Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the Modern Marketing Show. I'm Vilkaitis, here to teach retailers what they need to do today to stay in business tomorrow. And last week, we had the pleasure of hosting our own in-person workshop here in Carlsbad, California. We had 7 retailers from all over the country fly in, 1 drove in, and spend 3 days with us doing hands-on work with their social media. And the reason that we offered this is we surveyed our list. There's a good chance that you participated in that survey. And we asked, what do you need to help make sure that you get social media done and you're doing it right and you're seeing results from it? And 2 things were very clear. 1, retailers wanted us to do it for them, do the social media for them. And just a little teaser for you, we created a product that's actually going to help you get your social media done faster. You're going to love it, and we're going to release it very soon, so be on the lookout for that. But the second thing retailers needed is to sit down with us and have us walk them through setting up their social, their ads, their audiences, learning about video. And so it was very clear. People wanted to just sit down with us. It's challenging when you're on your own at your store trying to watch videos or trying to go through a tutorial and get it done correctly, because if something's not working right or you get hung up somewhere, well, then you're kind of stuck, right? So what was so cool about this workshop is my team and I got to really be hands-on with everybody. We were working the room on our feet. I would take over some people's computers, help them out with things that was like a one-time thing just to get done. It was easy. But there were 3 takeaways that we had from this workshop that I bet you can relate to at least one of them. So that is what I'm going to talk about in today's episode of the Modern Marketing Show. Now, if you are here with me live, I see a few likes and hearts. You can go ahead and react to this video or chat in where you're watching from. Even if you are watching the replay, feel free to chat in where you're watching from. Okay, so the first takeaway was retailers not time blocking and spending the time and energy to plan out 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months of social media content and strategy. So we did this really great exercise with our workshop attendees where I had them set their SMART goals, and we kind of reverse engineered their goals to create content, social media content, and building strategies, like how they're going to be building their social media profiles and audiences and exposure online. So those 2 things between July and December. So we did 6 months of this together, and the feedback on that was they loved it. Now they can go back to their store and have a really strong plan of what's going to be happening in the next 6 months. And so it was very clear that that's not really a practice that they do, and that's one of the reasons you would come to a workshop, because you are focused, you're time blocking to make sure that you create these strategies and that you create these building strategies and you put them on the calendar. So can you relate to that? Do you map out what you're going to be doing with your content strategy as well as your building strategy for 6 months? Maybe 3, maybe 1? Let me know in a comment below. Are you doing this? You could say yes or no. If you are doing it, share with us how far out you map out your social strategy. I'd be so curious to know. When you do this, it kind of takes out the guesswork of what you should be posting, when you should be posting, is it working or not. Like, you have a pretty solid plan that actually helps support your business and your goals and drive traffic. So that was number 1. And I see a lot of you. I see Taylor and Laura and Robin and Angie. My regulars are here. Welcome, everybody. I think we got all insiders on this morning. How fun. It's like our own little mini insider powwow. Okay, and Laura is admitting she's still posting on the fly. Laura, you are not alone, my friend. That is, I think, how most people are doing it. So that's why this type of format is pretty powerful. Okay, second thing that we learned in the workshop. I mean, we learned like a million things, but I will say that one of the big takeaways was the importance of just sitting down and spending the time to set up your audiences and your ads in Ads Manager. So it was so cool. Tuesday morning, by lunch, my attendees had their custom audiences and lookalike audiences in Ads Manager ready for them to advertise to in the future. So they understood the importance of these people, why you need customs, what type of content to advertise to them. And it was cool because it was just uploaded. They got to walk through how to set these people up. They got to see the audience size, and now they're in there and it's done. So when they go back to their store, they can run ads to these audiences. So if you haven't done this, like if you're just boosting your posts on Facebook, let's say, you haven't set up these audiences, your customs, your lookalikes. You can also do saved audiences. We also walked through detailed targeting in Ads Manager so all the retailers could see all the data that Facebook has on us and allows us to market to people based on that data, not only on Facebook, but on Instagram as well. So that was like mega takeaway that nobody, I think maybe one of our attendees had an audience or two already created. But for the most part, these customs weren't created, lookalikes weren't created. And so that was a pretty awesome thing, I think, a big takeaway for the group. And audiences are so hard. Super jealous of this, says Taylor. I know. And that was the thing, is it was so exciting to have these retailers here in person with us so we could kind of just walk them through clicking. They all kind of had their own questions. But at the end of it all, I asked, like, okay, did that feel doable? Like, do you feel like that's kind of easy? Like you can get that done? And they said yes, like it made sense. They're able to do it because when they go back to their store, a few of these audiences need to be updated. Some are going to just update on their own. Facebook will do that on its own, but some they need to too. So now they know how to do that, which it's on their monthly checklist, which we gave them. So that's a like little side bonus, like make sure that you have a checklist so you know when to update your audiences, and it just keeps you accountable and organized. And then the third takeaway that we had was none of our attendees were doing Instagram stories. And my team and I were pretty surprised by this because Instagram stories is a really great place to show up on Instagram. When people are on Instagram, up top, you've got the stories, which those expire in 24 hours. And then you also have the news feed. And I almost feel like there's two types of Instagram users. One who's just looking at the news feed and never looks at stories. That would be my boyfriend. He never looks at stories and never posts to stories. And then there's the people who just look at stories, like that's their go-to place, and rarely look through the news feed. And that's me. I always go through stories. It's more of that timely, fresh content because I know it was posted within the past 24 hours, so it's more relevant. And for retailers, when you have events and sales and new products and items that you want to turn and you want to drive people in, show behind the scenes, connect, build relationships, stories is a really great way to do this. So what we did in the workshop is I just casted my phone, like I did a reflector, and I put it up on the screen and just walked through setting up a story. So everybody had their phone out and they were clicking all around. They learned how to add hashtags and tag people and different filters, how to add GIFs and your location, how to add like text, all the features that Stories has, which there are a lot. So we got to walk through all of them. Some of them made some really funny stories of me because I was at the front of the room. And so it was really interesting to not only learn that they weren't using stories, but then to also walk people through setting up their first one. And then Jean, the next day, because we did that on Tuesday, so Jean, one of my attendees on Wednesday, a fun aha for her, we started with ahas in the morning, was that she had 38 people who viewed her story, which was like in 12 hours, basically, maybe like 15 hours. And so she was pretty excited by that type of response because, look, we know that the reach on Facebook is dropping, the organic reach. That's why I talk about ads so much. So that was really cool to see kind of like that real-time result that she got to see using something that she never used before. And then to help make stories even powerful before stories, we did some video training, simple like settings you need on your phone to have a better quality video. We talked about light rings, which I have on. And so I had them partner off and kind of get comfortable on camera, which was cool too. So we had so much fun in our workshop, and I have some good news. We're going to do another one. There's a good chance we're going to do a lot of these. I mean, just to kind of share behind the scenes with you guys, my ultimate vision is to have these be kind of like pop-up educational events throughout the country. So we're going to do another one though. We're going to take all of our attendees' feedback, implement it, do an encore webinar or encore workshop here in our office in August. Dates will be confirmed soon. But if you want to be on the wait list, if you're interested in joining our workshop, then I have a link for you. I'm going to copy it right in the comments section, and you can join the wait list. We're only taking 10 people. So if this is something that you know you really want, you're willing to spend some time outside the store and come on to Carlsbad and hang out with my team and I, we would love to have you. So join the wait list. If you're on it, then you'll get all the details about dates and pricing and what's included very soon. So those were our 3 takeaways. Angie, I want this checklist, pretty please. Angie, you already have it because you're an insider. It's in, and because you're a Social to Sale student. So check out that monthly checklist. We have the daily, weekly, and monthly checklist already inside the portal for you. Go to Social to Sale. I believe it's in lesson 6 is where you can go. On Social to Sale, there's that tab that says Guides and Worksheets. You can also just click on that and it's going to give you a list of all the awesome worksheets and guides that are in Social to Sale. So Angie, you already have it. But I know that that's the challenge, is like there's a lot of great info in Insiders and Social to Sale that we sometimes miss it. So we've got that covered. Can you come to Florida? Angie, maybe. Currently, Florida's not on my hit list, but you never know. We have a few places that we're speccing out right now, but I think that this could be something that we visit a lot of places. And Laura's totally with my boyfriend. She's just looking at the news feed versus stories. So Laura, I challenge you this week to start paying attention to those stories and think about how you can use it for your store, because they're pretty powerful and it's where people are spending their time. All right, let's see. I think I got to everybody. Okay, so Chi-Town, Laura, Chicago is on my hit list. So we'll let you know if we're coming to Chicago, but I would love to go there, and I feel like spring or fall would be a good time to do it. But yeah, stay tuned. So I would love to hear from you guys if there is a city you'd like for us to come to. Now, of course, Carlsbad is a pretty awesome place to visit if you're willing to travel. We're just north of San Diego. We're a couple miles from the ocean. Lots of great restaurants and things to do here. But of course, with these workshops, the most important thing is that you're getting your social strategy done, you're getting your audiences set up, you're getting your ads, you're getting video training, story training, and you get to spend a few days with like-minded people, other store owners. So it was such an awesome experience. If any of my attendees are watching this, you can always chat in about your experience or at least say hi. We loved having you. And that's all I got for today, you guys. So next week on the Modern Marketing Show, I'm going to be sharing how one of our insiders significantly increased her leads by 5 times using ads. So stay tuned for that one. It's going to be a good one. And Taylor says, you're so far from Alabama, but Taylor, maybe we'll come closer to Alabama. All right, everybody, take action on what you learned. Have a wonderful week. Remember that social can be simple, and together we can make it happen. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.